Hi everyone, I'm Holly Stomberg with the Success Home team of Keller Williams Integrity Realty. And today I'm joined with Rachel Schromen, the owner of Schromen Law. She's an estate planning attorney and she's been named one of the top 3 estate planning attorneys in St. Paul annually since 2018. Thanks for joining us, Rachel.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so happy you're here. So Rachel was scheduled to do Wine and Wills, and that event has been rescheduled or in the process of being rescheduled. And in connecting with Rachel and talking to her, she's been getting a lot of calls about healthcare directives.
Yeah, that's true. With everything going on, I've been receiving a lot of calls from people asking about, their estate planning, wanting to get it done quickly, feeling like it's a very urgent thing. And one thing I do want to make very, very clear is that in my opinion, my professional opinion and personal opinion, I don't believe there's anything more urgent than due to COVID-19 when it comes to getting these estate planning documents done than there was, before all of this happened. These documents are all about planning for the unexpected. And what's going on right now is a lot of people are just being faced with, human mortality and facing our own mortality because we have a health crisis, which is resulting in a lot of deaths, and that is on the forefront in the media. So I have been getting calls from people who feel very rushed to get this done. And that's fine. A lot of people have time to tackle some of these things they haven't been able to before. And I have a lot of clients coming in to do their documents, but this situation should not necessarily be driving people to contact an attorney out of, anxiety of getting it done right away.
That makes perfect sense. I know with the global health pandemic, can you tell us a little bit more about what a healthcare directive is and why it is important, regardless if we're in a pandemic or if it's just normal, our world before a pandemic?
Yeah, so a healthcare directive is a legal document by which you're able to state who would be legally authorized to make your medical decisions if you're unable to make them yourself. It is not inherently your spouse. It is not inherently your parents. Once you turn 18, nobody has that legal authority absent you doing a legal document that is validly drafted and executed. Along with naming who your agent can be, you're also able to communicate what your wishes would be. Wishes if you have a terminal illness. If you're terminal, would you want to be kept comfortable, allowed to die a natural death? Or if you're terminal, would you want everything still to be done to prolong and save your life? You can speak to your wishes around organ donation, mental health care decisions being made on your behalf, cremation versus burial. It can really be as in-depth or as minimal as you want. And, the benefits of having a healthcare directive, the obvious is you have a document which names who has the legal authority to make the decisions on your behalf. Absent having that document, your family can find themselves having to be court appointed as a guardian to make decisions for you in certain circumstances. You're also able to communicate what your wishes would be. That has a two-sided benefit. One, it relieves personal anxiety for ourselves. I have a very real anxiety about laying in a bed, my feet being freezing cold and not being able to tell anyone. Maybe a silly anxiety, but it's something I have. So in my healthcare directive, it says my feet tend to always be cold. Please keep them covered with an extra blanket and check them once in a while to make sure they're not freezing cold. Whew, that's a weight off my shoulders. But the second piece of that is we're also able to give information to our loved ones who are making our decisions.
Yeah.
So, I have language in my healthcare directive that speaks to what some of my comfort care wishes would be, what types of music or poems or stories being told to me bring me peace and comfort. That's information that my husband will have at a time that I can't tell him that. And so he can have that information and be able to do those things for me. It's peace of mind for me, but it's a huge blessing and peace of mind for the individuals we name to act on our behalf as well.
You know, I think what's funny is you told me the blanket story when Jonas and I did our own healthcare directive with you. And so you made that process so easy, and you really did walk us through like, hey, this is what you want to know, and this is what people might want to know. And having come to you right after losing my dad and seeing that play out, where we used a healthcare directive, where we knew his wishes, and that really is, you said it, you summed it up so well, it's a blessing, because you're not guessing as the person in that's nominated, not nominated, but who's appointed.
Named. Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's a document that, you know, it can be very bare bones. It can have the basics, like this is who acts, this who makes the decisions. Yes, I'm an organ donor, please cremate me, and that's it. And that's perfectly fine. Some clients have either had conversations with the person they're going to name, or they just don't care to go into that much detail. You know, I encourage clients not to gloss over this document. This is a document that with estate planning can often just kind of be checked off as a quick add-on, but it really can be such a benefit to have something that's carefully drafted and well fleshed out in those moments. As you know, I lost my father this past fall, and he had a healthcare directive, which was wonderful. It was very basic, which was fine, but you know, in hindsight, when we were with him when he was dying, we didn't know what to do. Like it would have been kind of nice if he had a healthcare directive that said, hey, play George Thorogood, you know, while I'm dying, which is something he probably would have liked, but we didn't put on Bad to the Bone, you know. So it's some of those things that having that, it can almost be more of a blessing for the people acting in that role than for us. So I do try to encourage clients to be a little more intentional and take their time a little more with the healthcare directive.
I think you do an amazing job of that. What's the best way someone can complete a healthcare directive or get a will started? What's the best way?
The best way is to just contact an attorney to get it going. I have clients contact me through my website or call me. I have everything set up now that it's very streamlined to complete and return intake packet through email, and obviously set up and bookshelf reorganized for video meetings. I can do phone consults, but really just making that first initial call. When you call an attorney, they'll tell you what information they need. They'll walk you through the process. You just have to set up that first appointment.
You know, obviously, because I trust you to have done fine, and because we have you come and do the Wine and Wills event where we talk about wills and we talk about healthcare directives and we talk about the importance of it. Both you and I have in common the loss of our dads, unfortunately. But that also puts us in a point to have seen the power of having that stuff pre-planned. And so it's one of the things I'm passionate about, as are you, because I see the benefit that plays out. And in that, I would love for people to know where you are and the best way to contact you. Can you tell people how they can reach you?
Yeah, so my law firm is located in St. Paul, though now a lot's going on virtually, so you don't necessarily have to travel here. Phone number to reach me at, my direct dial is 651-571-2515. Website is Schromen Law, SCHROMENLAW.com. And my email is just Rachel@schromenlaw.com.
That's amazing. Rachel, you are such a gift, and thank you for all you do for us. And we look forward to having you when we all get through this and no longer need to social distance. We'll reschedule Wine and Wills.
Wonderful. I look forward to that.
Yeah, me too. Thanks, Rachel.